Coming off of Scream 5 and 6, X, and Wednesday, Jenna Ortega is the new it girl in horror, and she's not slowing down. Not to mention, working on Wednesday meant she got to work very closely with Tim Burton. While Burton may have experienced a dip in popularity in the last decade or so, Wednesday did exceptionally well. Not to mention, 90s and 2000s properties have been getting rebooted left and right, so it's no surprise to hear that one of Tim Burton's most beloved films will be getting a sequel, Beetlejuice. If you want to hear more about how this movie from over 30 years ago may be getting a sequel, keep watching. According to rumors, production will start this summer. Jenna doesn't have a lot of time, so here's to hoping she sorts out her role soon. Honestly, we can't think of any reason that Ortega wouldn't want to be a part of this production, barring some sort of scheduling conflict. She's gone on record saying how much she loved working with Tim Burton. It's been quite an insane experience. I've been lucky enough to get the opportunity to work with an iconic director who just so happens to be one of the sweetest directors I've worked with, and also the most detail-oriented. From stories we have heard of Jenna working on Wednesday, we can see how she would relate to him. She reportedly learned how to play the cello for the role, which is even more impressive when you watch the scenes in which she is playing. They are incredible. She also trained herself to blink less while playing this role. It seems as though she and Burton are one and the same when it comes to the small details. Not only that, but Jenna has also said that she loved Beetlejuice as a kid, and even had dreams about the movie in childhood. Seems like a no-brainer to me, but what do I know? Jenna was also hands down the best part of Scream 5 and 6. She had gotten small roles on shows like You before appearing on the silver screen, but it was really the horror movie genre that launched her success. Fans of Jenna are fiercely loyal and can't wait to see what she will do next. Are you a fan? Have you somehow never heard of her? For those of you who don't remember the original, let's go over a quick recap. Beetlejuice was only Burton's second film, but managed to rake in a profit several times larger than the film's relatively small budget. We follow a couple, Barbara and Adam, who are killed in a car accident. They'd been on vacation and decided to redecorate their house. On their way back from shopping, a dog steps out in front of their car, and they have to swerve to avoid hitting the dog, sending their car into a river.
Hey, look out for that!
They return to their home, unaware that they hadn't survived the accident until they realize something is off. They are unable to leave the house, and when Adam tries, he finds himself in a sort of purgatory where Barbara rescues him. There also seems to be a time rift happening. We see Adam in purgatory, and he seems to only be there for seconds, but Barbara tells him that he had been gone for hours on her end.
Save my life.
2 hours.
Oh, Barbara, you are not going to believe what?
That's how long you were gone.
They also receive a book called Handbook for the Recently Deceased, confirming their suspicions. They stay in their house unsure of what to do, and it ends up sold to a new family. The new homeowners are the Dietzes, Charles, Dahlia, and their daughter Lydia.
You'll have to wait if you don't have an appointment.
An appointment with who?
For Juno, your caseworker.
The afterlife is run like a government office, and they meet their caseworker, Juno, who explains what happens next. In order to move on, they learn that they need to remain in their old house for a century. They are not thrilled about having to share their house, so they decide to haunt the new family and learn of a sort of freelance monster hired for jobs like this, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is tasked with scaring away the Dietz family, which seems to only excite Charles, who thinks he has stumbled upon a haunted town that he can capitalize on.
Otho.
Are they still here, Otho?
Otho, are they still here?
Oh, they're still here. They're just hiding out.
A friend of the Dietz family, Otho, decides to perform a seance and accidentally summons Adam and Barbara, who start to disappear. Otho accidentally did the wrong ritual, an exorcist. Lydia, the Dietz's daughter, is terrified and decides to save Adam and Barbara. Uh-oh, who could possibly help Lydia? Oh, that's right, Beetlejuice, of course. Duh. So yeah, Lydia summons Beetlejuice and asks him to help her reverse Otho's mistake. Beetlejuice agrees, but only if he can stay in the realm of the living, and the only way for him to do so is to marry Lydia. Dun dun dun! She agrees, desperate, and Beetlejuice saves Barbara and Adam. Now it's time for the wedding, but Barbara and Adam, grateful for Lydia's help, manage to stop the wedding before it is complete. Beetlejuice is banished back to purgatory, Barbara and Adam make up with the Dietz family, and they all decide to share the house, living in harmony.
Lydia, you finally decided to join us. Honey, I just finished the initial presentation, and now I think it's time to have a stretch and to invite our friends to meet your friends, okay?
So what would the sequel be about, I hear you asking? That's a pretty neat tied-up ending. What left is there to explore, and why is it only now just happening 35 years after the original? Apparently, Tim Burton has wanted to create a sequel for a long time, but it has never been picked up. It definitely seems as though his recent success with Wednesday has something to do with it, but that's just speculation. While we aren't quite sure what the plot will look like, it's being kept under wraps at the moment. We have a bit of information. Jenna Ortega, if she were to join the cast, would play the part of Lydia's daughter. Winona Ryder, who played Lydia in the original, will be returning as Lydia in the sequel, as will Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. So at the very least, we are aware of these characters being involved. Perhaps Lydia will decide to introduce her daughter to the horrors and wonders of the afterlife? Maybe Jenna's character will stumble upon the afterlife or accidentally summon Beetlejuice herself. Whatever the case may be, it is certain that Jenna Ortega, if she accepts the role, will be stellar. Could this be the start of a reprisal for Tim Burton? Like we mentioned, Burton recently had a sort of falling out in the public eye after some of his movies started receiving less and less positive attention. He had an amazing start to his career with Beetlejuice, Batman, Edward Scissorhands, Corpse Bride, and Nightmare Before Christmas. After a string of hits and collecting a dedicated team of players, including Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, and composer Danny Elfman, some of his films were less than incredible. Most fans would agree that it was when he began remaking iconic films that he became less popular. His version of Alice in Wonderland and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory received a lot of hate from critics and audiences. Many people feeling he was phoning it in after so much success in the 90s and 2000s. But then, Wednesday premiered and absolutely blew up. And now Beetlejuice 2, no doubt a project that a ton of people will be thrilled to see. What do you guys think? Will Beetlejuice 2 be a hit? Do you have any ideas for what the plot might look like? Do you think Jenna will accept the role of Lydia's daughter? Are you excited to see her in more horror franchises? We want to hear what you all think. Please leave a comment below. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to us. If you never want to miss a new video, click the notification bell and you'll always be the first to know. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, gotcha. Peace out.